I'm Chris from CANT.
Hi, I'm George from Twin Shadow.
And I'm Alan from Neon Indian. And you're watching Google Music.
Google Music, yeah.
Moving up to Brooklyn, at least for me, was a lot about kind of finding. I mean, it's one thing to find people that play music that have similar interests or overlapping tastes, but I think so much of it's about gumption and the idea that people who, it's one thing to talk about the things that you love, it's another thing to create things that other people love. And I think to move up to Brooklyn and have the opportunity to get to work with these guys, or to be able to be amongst musicians that are creating things that I connect to, even if it's not on the most immediate scale of my list of influences for something like Neon Indian or Vega for that matter.
Right.
It's just kind of
Right.
It's more about the mutual appreciation for music.
We don't really have anything to technically do with one another, but we love.
That's not true.
Well, I don't know. I love what you do.
I'm just gonna be Jiminy
Do you know what I
Cricket
mean?
over here.
It's just it's not that far away. That's kind of the weird thing about it. There's
Totally.
there's a realm of support. We're all just kind of more stoked to hear what each other are doing.
Right. When you're anybody living anywhere, you're drawn to people who are talented. If you yourself are talented, I think
It's
that
a total attraction. It's like
I think that we're all just attracted to each other's music because it's rare to love very much of anything.
Well, in the same way that one might have a crush on a girl or a guy, you're hearing someone's music and you're just like, I want to get next to that. I want to see what that's about.
Just creep up with a rhythm track.
Yeah, I want to be kind of naked with that, and I feel like that's kind of I feel like in large part I'm kind of motivated by that. This is like a crush ceremony.
Would you describe mixing a song like an orgy of sounds?
Well, not like an orgy of sounds, but like a kind of more specific sort of set.
Cut me out of this shop.
Yeah, it's a little more specific than an orgy. Mixing something. It's not just a matter of being rich, being famous. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. It's a matter of just I think that.
Which is also a stretch to say that any of this equates to that.
But for me, I saw myself in growing up, and I was not very accepted. It was sort of a mess growing up, kind of being the kid that got beat up a lot and called fag, and I know it's so confusing, right?
This is a crazy interview. This is insane. We're ruining our Barbara Walters
Not really though.
This is
chunk.
Pretty 60 minutes. You hear about this cohesive piece of music that's meant to be digested in one sitting, and it doesn't really. It's not until you sit down and just do that, and you kind of, upon completion, realize wow. I mean, that was great, just for me personally as an artist, and I think that's really the only scope I can ever look at it as. Expectations never really tends to seep in, just because I think just the act of completing it to begin with is enough of a ride.
When somebody outside of a show tells me a little bit about what a song has done for them, or anything talking about my record, it amazes me every time, and especially as you travel the world, and you know that someone in Poland, their life has been affected by your music. To me, that's there is really no other validation.
The way that you are inspired to make music, why you're inspired to make music, and how you do it, and how you push it through, and your ambition, and your desire to do something different, and I think that's why I respect these guys so much, and the music that I love that's coming out today, it has that quality.
Watch the throne, man. Jay-Z and Kanye.
Oh, well, we should talk to him.
No, we're not gonna work with them. We're gonna do our own thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.